We're going to start off by doing one step backwards. Just like forwards marching, start off in standby position with your feet 45 degrees apart and your heels together with good posture. Now Sean's going to show you what it's going to look like to take one step backwards. Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Notice that he engaged his movement on beat 8. His right foot is still planted on the ground and his left foot is behind him with his heel 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Now we're going to do one step backwards slowly. Here's Sean going slowly. Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Now we're going to start doing 2 steps backwards. So Sean's going to show us what that's going to look like. Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Notice both of his heels are 1 to 2 inches off the ground. When you backwards march, your heels are always off the ground. If you touch your heels to the ground, you are much more likely to fall and hurt yourself. Also, you create a bobbing movement, which looks horrible on the field. Sean's weight is centered in the middle of his 2 feet, and just make sure that you do all that. Now we're going to see 2 steps one more time so you can keep in mind all the things we just went over. Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Good. Now we're going to practice 4 steps backwards. Sean's going to show you what it looks like. Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to see 4 beats backwards in slow motion. Ready? Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure your feet cross each other on the ands. Last but not least, we're going to do 8 steps backwards, as this is the most common intervals for steps. Alright, ready, Sean?
Yeah.
Dut, 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 dut. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to take a full body shot of Sean marching backwards 8 steps. Notice that he doesn't bob up and down. Ready? Dut, dut, up, 2, lock. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When you're marching backwards, you need to try and remember to not lean either forwards or backwards. Some people will try and lean forwards because they're afraid of falling, but that looks really bad. And another case, people will lean backwards because they aren't engaging their core and they're not keeping their body straight up and down, which will actually endanger them from falling. So you need to remember to keep your core engaged and stay straight up and down.
Thanks, Sean.
People have is bobbing. They do this if they don't stay on their toes. If you ever drop your heels down, you'll bob. You'll start bobbing, and you'll be able to hear that in your sound when you're playing. So remember to stay on your toes and keep your core engaged. Another important thing to remember is the ski lines for backwards marching. You want to keep your feet parallel to each other so you travel in a straight line and you don't curve off to either side. Here's how it's done. This is what you might try to do at first because it'll be very awkward backwards marching when you first learn it. Your feet will probably try to go out and your legs will kind of curve and make a weird motion, but you want to try and control your legs so that they move straight and that you don't end up going all over the place.